The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Off in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throbbing my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Earnestly Speaking podcast. It is EJ Christian Degenerate, week number 13 here. It is Thanksgiving week here, of course, with our, as we say, America's favorite degenerate himself, Zachary. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Happy to not be freaking putting up Christmas lights right now.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, that's all I did at work today. 8 hours of fucking wrapping palm trees.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yes, it does.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We started the show actually. Well, let's not start the show. Before we came on air, I'd said, because right now we're recording about 8:45 on a Tuesday, and I said if we they haven't announced the rankings yet for the top 12, top 25, whatever, but top 12 playoff rankings. They just dropped right now, actually. As we're going through the intro music. So let's react to it right now, quick. Of course, we get to our best bets. Top 12 right now, currently, as of this week in college football. Number 1, Oregon. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Texas. Number 4, Penn State. Number 5, Notre Dame. Number 6, Miami. Number 7, Georgia. Number 8, Tennessee. Number 9, SMU. Number 10, Indiana. Number 11, Boise State. And number 12, Clemson. Now, obviously missing from this top 12, Alabama, number 13. Number 14 is Ole Miss. Zachary, your thoughts? Anything that stood up on these rankings this week?
I was just thinking, man, Notre Dame will be a top 4 team right now. Mm-hmm. So they would even be in last year's college playoff. And yet the guy that left that school to go down to Baton Rouge is almost on the verge of getting run out of town.
You talking about Brian Kelly, of course, at LSU.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, is knowing that Notre Dame will be a top 4 team right now.
Is Brian Kelly an excuse, though, somewhat? Is he playing the SEC? I guess. It's a built-in excuse, right? I guess.
Maybe for 2 losses.
He has 4. He has 4 now, right? He has 4 now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there could be a 5th still.
Yeah, of course. For me, stood out here for me, of course. I look at this list. Again, like, I understand why the teams are where they are. I don't want to keep harping on Miami, because I know it's fun to harp Miami, but obviously they are too high, in my opinion. But at the same time, I understand why they're high. I am surprised they did not knock out Indiana on the top 12. Although, I mean, the first really major game this year, and they blow it against Ohio State and get blown out there. But they're in the top 12 so far, and hopefully if they just take a hold on. Obviously, the big standout for me is Alabama not being here, of course, but Bama, of course, losing to Oklahoma in the way they did. I mean, at some point you have to. It is what it is. I will say, again, you're seeing why also, in my opinion, why the 12-team playoff is more apropos, more fun, because you're seeing more meaningful games week to week now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas top 4, like, once you have your established top 4, the less games spread out that aren't less meaningful now, because there's only 4 spots, and realistically speaking, at this time of year, you really have only 6 or 7 teams that have a realistic chance of making it. And that's kind of boring, actually. You want more of that spread out and more competition. And yes, it does open up the door for in some ways mediocre football, but at the same time, I think it's still worth it. So I don't know. That's my takeaway from these rankings. Obviously, we'll know more obviously by the end of this week, because this is the last week of the regular season, and then we have the college conference championship next weekend. Of course, we react to on here, and then of course the playoffs begin in earnest. I think a week or two later after that. So that's enough. Really, the Alabama one is really stuff me more than anything else. Alabama, being on the top 12, but I still think we will get a 3-loss SEC team in there.
They got blown out by Oklahoma, who for a month straight was hot garbage. I mean, hot garbage.
Oh no, brother! I for the record, I'm not even debating that they should be in there. I agree with where they're at. I'm just saying that it's shocking to me that to see them out of the top 12 because it's Alabama. That being said, there's still a scenario that even with 3 losses, they're gonna get in. If Clemson fucks up, if any of those teams in front of them fuck up, they're gonna get in. That's just the reality.
No, that's true. But
the committee will find ways to bake in as much SEC teams as possible into this damn playoff. We know this already. It's going to get tough, though, because, a lot of them are cannibalizing themselves. Georgia with 2 losses, and Bama with 3, and Tennessee has, I think, 2 themselves also. So, but they're gonna, if they can find a way to bake in enough SEC teams into the playoff, because they know at the end of the day it's about watchability. Like, who you rather see, Tennessee, SMU? Who you rather see, Alabama, SMU?
SMU, man.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, but most people, SEC is obviously the pulse of college football is the SEC conference. So I don't make the rules. I'm just saying what is factual. That's all. But anyway, we'll know more in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, like I said, last week. This is the last week of the college football season, regular season rather. Next week's conference championship championship weekend, and then obviously the very next day after that, we're gonna have our the Sunday. We'll have the official top 12. So that's be fun. But anyway, we're here to NFL football now. It is week 13. It is Thanksgiving week. Of course, we got no buys this week, obviously. Also, we have 3 games as always on Thanksgiving Day. So let's get the party started here. First Thanksgiving game here. We got Bears at Lions. By the way, before we get started, you finally won this week.
No way.
Yeah, you did. 7-6.
Jesus.
Yes, you finally won this week. 7-6.
That would make sense. Only 7 wins. Because, man, I was terrible on my picks for bets.
Yeah, I'm going right now. So you won. You hit on the Vikings, the Lions, the Dolphins, the Panthers, the Broncos, and then the Eagles and Ravens. Where I missed was I hit on the Vikings, the Dolphins, the Bucks, the Cowboys, and the points, and then of course the two games Sunday Night Football, Monday Football, Ravens and Eagles. Yeah, you got me on the Denver game. That's where you got me on Denver and on Carolina on the points. Yeah. So good job, buddy. Finally on the board. About that it took you 12 weeks, but finally on the board, buddy.
Not bad. Not
bad, brother. See, going to winning streak. Remember, this extends into the playoffs, so you can still catch up. So, all right, here we go. Week 13. As I was saying, Thanksgiving games. You got 3 games first in Thanksgiving. We got Bears at Lions. The Lions are 10-point favorites. The over/under is 48.5. Zach.
God damn.
A lot of points, right?
10.5-point favorites on a Thursday game against your division rival.
Yeah.
I would want to take the Lions still. All right. Bears are in free fall, but I'm scared. I got scared money right now, so give me the over in the game.
You're going over?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over.
I'm going to take Detroit this time because every time I think I'm going to get a letdown game from the Lions, I don't get the letdown game. I thought, and not going to say letdown in terms of them losing the game. Just thought, okay, at some point they'll get the gas a little bit. I thought it'd been this week against Indianapolis, and that didn't happen. They could put more than 24 points, obviously, but the defense played well in that game. And might as well just stay on the gas until proven otherwise. Detroit's a machine. They're the best. They're the clear best team in football right now. I don't see any team right now beating them right now on a neutral field. That includes the Chiefs, that includes the Bills, that includes the Eagles. Right now, they're just a machine right now, and they're just getting the job done. And until proven otherwise, I know the optics are like, okay, wait for a division rival, blah blah blah. Yeah, but the Bears are going the wrong direction anyway. So I think Eberflus on borrowed time at this point. Give me the Lions here to cover 10 points on Thanksgiving Day. All right. Next game here, we have the second game here. Oh, God, here we go. Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys 3.5-point favorites. The over-under 37.5, Zach.
I actually believe this is going to be a high-scoring game.
You do?
Yes. You know, Tommy DeVito, if he plays, maybe he'll put up a couple points, but I'm actually going to take Dallas, and I think Dallas wins on a blowout.
Oh, I do too. Also, I actually think Dallas wins the ball as well. I saw something on Sunday. The Cowboys team beating your Washington Commanders on. Oh my God, what a game! How did you feel? What's going through your head during the game?
Dude,
What a finish!
Nothing. How does a kicker have a job? I don't understand how your kicker would not.
He missed 2 field goals, right, in that game? 2 field goals
and an extra point. Yeah.
And extra point. And the extra point to tie the game to go to overtime.
And the only thing you can say is, well, the Dallas kicker had a bad day too.
Yeah.
But
that field is bad though, man.
Man. Our kicker sucks.
They're lucky that they have a pretty good lead in the wild card race. I mean, they got a game lead on the teams in NFC West, but they could have really gotten a stranglehold on that race had they won this
absolutely.
week. So, but it is what it is. I have Dallas as well winning this game. Look, I'm not a proponent for tanking as a Giant fan, but we're sucking for Shador, man, or Cam Ward, right? We need a quarterback, and DeVito is the right move to go. I do question now. If they continue to fall apart, is this the end of Brand Dayball in New York? I know I heard a report on Sunday that Joe Shane is pretty safe for next year, and which is the right move. And I think Dayball also should be back next year too. I think they again, I'll say it, and I'm going to be saying it for a lot until the end of the year. They need to allow these guys to pick the quarterback at least for once, not the one that David Gilman picked.
Here's the problem.
Okay, go ahead.
You let the Giants pick a quarterback, and you keep Dayball. And because he struggled this year, and he's going to struggle next year with a rookie quarterback, they're going to be calling for his head again, and they'll probably fire him. So then you're going to bring in a new coach and another new offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have 2 head coaches, 2 offensive coordinators in 2 years. You think the quarterback's going to succeed, whoever you draft?
I mean, it's not very prudent, in my opinion, but I think Brian Daboll has. I say this reluctantly. I say he's done enough. Went to the playoffs first year with Daniel Jones, and we saw how bad Jones has been the last couple scorer in New York. So Jones is not good.
No,
he's just not good, and that shouldn't be his fault. In fact, I've heard for a while now that it wasn't even them that wanted him to stay. The ownership group made him sign Jones to the extension because they liked him a lot. Yeah. That wasn't a Dayball Shane deal, so whatever. But anyway, on this game though, I have the Cowboys winning the blowout. All right, the third game here on Thanksgiving, you got the Dolphins at Packers. This will be a good one. Packers 3-point favorites, over under 47. Zach.
All right, I have not seen the Packers play well since Jordan Love came back. He's had a couple bright spots, but for the most part, it's like they are struggling to win games at the end. Mm-hmm. And, hey, the Dolphins are seeing possible wild card spot open up for them.
Ooh, maybe Denver has something to say about that right now. Denver's pulling away.
But what would that change the whole talk of Tua?
He's been balling last 5 games. He's been balling.
Yeah. So give me the Dolphins.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I mean, I can see the opportunity. This is obviously it's a must win, and every game going forward is must win for the Dolphins because, in the wild card thing is correct. The problem is there's only one spot because the Ravens have the Ravens and Chargers have the 5 and 6 locked up pretty much. Although the Chargers the Chargers have some wins, Dolphins at 5. If the Chargers do start slipping a little bit in the next couple of weeks, maybe that's another option. The Dolphins have to win every game going forward, pretty much. They can't go no worse than 6-1 rest of the year. Or 5-1. How many games left over? 6 games ago. Yeah, so 5-1. This is a must win, obviously. They're 2 games behind. The Broncos are surging. The Chargers, for the most part, other than last night's loss to Baltimore, playing pretty well. So this is a must win for the Dolphins. They got to stay paced. There's still 2 games back in the wild card.
Yeah.
They could win this game, but I'm going to take the safe bet, take the over in this one. I can see if fireworks here. Thursday night fireworks.
No, I agree.
I definitely see that. And to your point, Green Bay has not played well. I know we say, oh, they blew off San Francisco. Yeah, but come on now. San Francisco didn't have anybody on the field.
No.
No one played us. No one played. Trent Williams missed the game.
When I saw that spread was -6 for Green Bay, I was like, is Brock Purdy out? And sure enough.
Yeah. Well, it was 2.5 all week.
Yeah.
And then once they announced Purdy, that thing swung. So, all right. So that's the Sunday games. We have the Raiders at Chiefs. The Chiefs are 29-point favorites. The over-under is 42.5, Zach.
Oh, come on. Just because Carolina put up a good fight against the Chiefs, really the spread's going to be this low?
No, 12.5.
12.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I misheard that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's much harder. Screw it. Give me the Chiefs. I think they win by 2 touchdowns at least.
Yeah. I want to go to Chiefs myself too, also, because at some point they're due a huge game. But I'll take the over as well here on this one. Last time these 2 teams played in this building, was when the Chiefs had their we thought their rock bottom moment of last season on Christmas, and then after that they won every game after winning the Super Bowl included, and then lose a game until 2 weeks ago. So there's that. That being said, though, give me the over in this one. I think Chiefs win this game, obviously, but I think the over is more safe. 29 points, a lot of points still, even for this Chiefs team, even at home. But I'll take the over in this one to be safe. All right, this should be a very interesting game here. Chargers at Falcons. Chargers are 1-point favorites. The over under is 48. Zach.
I really like the Chargers in this one. All right, the way in which Harbaugh calls the plays, they will eliminate any offense that Atlanta can muster. So it might be a ground and pound, slow pace, but I really like the Chargers in this game.
It's a tough one here because the Falcons need this game off a bye, especially 2. The NFC West, NFC South, rather, starting to tighten up a little bit now. The Bucks are playing better off the bye. Blow out the Giants. Bucks getting healthier too. On top of that, if the Bucks win this week and then the Falcons lose this week, they're even again in division. And I think right now if that happens by the end of this weekend, I will pick the Bucks to win the division. Honestly, I have more confidence in Baker Mayfield and what they're doing than the Falcons. That being said, because of those optics, I'm gonna take the over this one as well. Chargers all of a sudden has been a team that's been able to score a lot of points recently. All of a sudden,
they found a wide receiver.
Yeah, so I see scoring here. I just don't know what Atlanta team we're going to see this week. They had remember off a bye now, so we'll see how that plays out. But for the time being, I'm going to take the over in this one too. It's like a cop. It feels like a cop out, but whatever. All right. Steelers at Bengals. The Bengals are 2.5-point favorites. The over under is 47.5. Zach.
I am officially done with the Bengals. I don't care who they play. I am not picking them. Give me the Steelers.
I see that. I do see it. That had a bye this week too. Also, the Bengals. Tough loss last week for Steelers against the Browns in that snowy game. Safe bet though is the under. Rivalry games are weird. AFC North rivalry games are even weirder. You saw last week Browns and Steelers.
Yeah.
Give me the under this one. I just think that the Bengals off a bye, getting one last gasp. But I think at this point I do think the playoff hopes are pretty much done. Especially now with the Dolphins surpassing them now in that race. I think that their chance to get in the playoffs have come and gone. So give me the under this game though for the Bengals game. All right, Cardinals at Vikings. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 44.5. Zach.
All right, Vikings started out red hot on offense, and I cannot remember last time I saw their offense do anything. So just on that simple recollection, I'm going against the Vikings. Give me the Cardinals. I think Murray is going to be the best player on the field. So,
the Cardinals.
Yep.
All right. Another tough one. Cardinals needs this game obviously to stay on top of the West. Vikings have been kind of weird last couple weeks. I mean, they played okay against the Bears last week. Best bet though, bet the over. These two teams can score. If need be, two teams can score. Kyler Murray can score. So can Sam Darnold. Give me the over in this one. Safe bet here. All right, Colts at Patriots. The Pats are 3-point favorites. The over under is 42.5. Zach.
While I like Drake May, I actually think there's a better shot with Anthony Richardson in this game. So I'll take the Colts getting the points.
Me too. I'm not even counting last week's game with the Lions. You're playing a buzzsaw there. You can't expect much for them against the Lions. I think for every bad game you get from Aaron 15, you'll get a good one coming forward. The Pats had their moment this year when they played better. Now they're back down to earth again. They're not that good anyway. Give me the Colts also to win this game outright and cover 3 points. All right, best bet. All right, Seahawks at Jets. Seahawks 2.5 favorites. The over-under is 41.5, Zach.
You're hearing Aaron Rodgers talk about, I don't know if I'll play next year, but if it is, the Jets will be my first choice. Well, that tells me he's already signed off on the season.
Oh, God, yes.
Probably signed off on the NFL. So I would sign off on the Jets. They've got no hope, no chance.
Taking Seahawks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and at this point, if you release some of the rumors you're hearing the last couple of days, he's week to week at this point now. He may at any point get benched, or he just stops playing on the Jets. But the best bet here, honestly, is taking the under. A lot of cop outs for me today. I'm taking the unders and overs today. The Vegas nailed these spreads actually. But give me the under this one. I see the defense is playing this game and carrying this game. All right, Titans at Commanders. Your Commanders are 5.5 point favorites. The over under is 44.5. Zach.
This is make it or break it for the season right here.
For who? You guys?
For the Commanders, yeah. If you cannot beat Tennessee, you have no hope the rest of the season at making the playoffs. So, one last chance. Come on, Commanders. Give me the -5.5.
I'm there with you. I'm also on Commanders. They need a bounce back game. Jane Daniels didn't play well in the first half, and he kind of picked up late in the game. He's obviously still hurt. You can tell he's still hurt. Yeah, they've had their moment this year. Now it's a matter of sustaining. Just get to the playoffs. As long as they make the wild card, be fine. It's a win. You know what I mean? You don't want to fall apart these last couple weeks and have a sour note to the end of the year after a great start. I'm rooting for you guys to really make the playoffs. Honestly, I'll take Washington as well too. Also on a bounce back is Tennessee. All right, divisional game here. We got Texans at Jaguars. The Texans are 5 point favorites. The over under is 43. Zach.
If Sunshine was playing, I'd actually take Jacksonville. But I believe it's still Mac Jones, right?
I don't know, actually. I actually don't know.
Oh.
It's a good question. And we recorded this a day earlier than usual, so...
Yeah, I thought Trevor
and my advice to you guys in the podcast now, don't take our advice on this one, really, because this is the one that I think we're probably a little shaky on. He may be a game time decision.
Then, you know what? Give me the under. I have no faith in the Texans anymore.
Oh, dude, I already told you for weeks. They have looked so underwhelming this year. I mean, the fact they're 7-5 right now, I think that's a miracle, because the fact they're in the AFC South, it saves them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I just think I know CJ Stroud has had an underwhelming year this year too. Also, especially look, there's still time to turn it around. You know, you're still in strong. You're still seeding involved here. You're gonna win the division. Let's put it that way. You can win the division. But at this point, your focus will be trying to get as high a seed you can. And I don't think I think they'll be the 4th seed. That being said, best bet, I'm taking the over on this one, and not even knowing Trevor Lawrence is playing this game.
Ooh,
not knowing that.
The opposite of me. All right.
I'm just gonna go on a whim here in this one, and like I said, this is based on Lawrence with the assumption he's gonna play. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Rams at Saints. The Rams are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 49.5, Zach.
I want to take the Rams, but I'll just take the over. I want to start taking over-unders like you are, Ernest.
Yeah. I'm actually going to take the Saints here. They have played better with Jared Carr last couple weeks. And they also buy two on top of that. The Rams are way too up and down for my taste at this point. I thought maybe the Rams would be okay, and they have been competitive, obviously, with the receivers back in the lineup. But it's in New Orleans. The Saints are playing much better. The Rams are so untrustworthy at this point now. And they could win this game. If they win this game, we'll be surprised. But I think the odds are the Saints win this game. Let's give me the Saints in this one. All right. Bucks at Panthers. The Bucks are 6-point favorites. The over-under is 46.5, Zach.
Ooh. Two former number ones going at it. Baker trying to get Tampa into the first place. I think Tampa does it. I think Baker has a big game. And, hey, maybe Carolina's seeing a future there, but I don't know.
No, I do think Tampa wins the game, but I think Carolina the points here. They've been competitive. And I'm not saying this Chiefs game, just in general. Bryce Young has actually played a little better.
No, he has.
He's played a little better. I mean, is it enough to turn his career around and whatever, and enough to for the Panthers to say, okay, he's our guy going for next year? That remains to be seen, obviously. But he has played better since that benching, since the benching he had earlier in the year. He has bounced back a little bit and played competitive. The Panthers are not right now are not a bottom 5 team, in my opinion. They're not.
No.
At least I don't have them on my bottom 5. Make sure I have that. I did my bottom 5 earlier today. Let me see if I have my bottom 5. Make sure. I don't want to say I'm talking shit and then I'm saying something differently. They are not my bottom 5 this week. Nope. So there you go. But give me Carolina points here. But I think Tampa wins this game though. This will be a semi-competitive game. Semi-competitive games. Divisional optics. What we gonna do? All right. This is gonna be a banger. Eagles at Ravens. Here we go. Ravens 3-point favorites. The over/under is 51. Zach.
Man, will both quarterbacks try and out-duel each other? That's what I think. You have two stud running backs, but you also have two stud quarterbacks who want to one-up each other, I would think.
Yeah.
I see zero defense getting played in this game. Just give me the over.
Yep. I was going to go there, but the Eagles would do a letdown. It's in Baltimore. I don't know if they have an answer Lamar Jackson, honestly. Give me Ravens here. I think Ravens in a comfortable win, honestly. Ravens play well against teams they're supposed to play well against. That's the thing. Their 4 losses are against teams they should be losing to. You know what I mean? They play down the competition. They don't, but they also play up the competition. And I think Lamar and the boys go nuts here. I think Eagles do for letdown. Give me the Ravens to win this game comfortably, honestly. All right, Sunday game, the game that should be interesting, even though they're banged up. Niners at Bills. Bills 7-point favorites. The over under 44.5. Zach.
I don't even see this being interesting. All right, Bills are going for the 1 seed, and they look like a juggernaut in the AFC. I'll take the Bills to cover.
Well, here's the thing, though. We don't know if Brock Purdy's going to play this week. We don't know that.
I don't even care if Brock Purdy were to start.
So the Niners are only a game back of the division. That's the thing. As bad as things have been right now, they are still within earshot. All 4 teams within earshot win the division. Okay. So the Cardinals kept that door open by losing to Seattle on Sunday. And obviously, if I pick the team that trusts more than 4 teams in the division, I pick the Niners, obviously. But the problem is the bodies. Do have the bodies get the job done? I don't know. You took Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Not knowing the injury report here, and based on pride, I'm taking the Niners on the points here. On the points. I don't know if they win the game, but I said last week their season was last week was against the Packers. But they got bailed out because of the Cardinals losing on Sunday. I'm going to take the Niners on the points on pride, and if Purdy and the boys, and if they are healthy in time for this game, I can see they have a chance to win this game, but they gotta be healthy. I'm gonna go on the win and take Niners on the points here. All right, 7 points, man. What we gonna do?
Yeah.
All right, and finally, Monday Night Football. We got Browns at Broncos. The Broncos are 5.5 point favorites. The over under is 43. Zach,
don't you wish you would have bought a little offensive rookie of the year stock, like week 5 for him?
a little bit.
Because good Lord, those numbers. He's got to be the new number 1 favorite for offensive rookie.
Well, it's funny because as he's escalating, Jane Daniels, who was a favorite for a while, is de-escalating.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So I don't know. I'm actually checking it right now. I'm checking the odds right now for player awards here. So offensive rookie of the year. No, right now is Jane Daniels plus minus 160 and Bo Nix at second plus 125.
Yeah. What was it like?
Didn't we discuss this 2 weeks ago?
Bo Nix was plus 1,200
easily. In fact, I think even 2 weeks ago we did the podcast. I'm mistaken. It was like plus 400 maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's how crazy it's gotten.
Yeah. So it's tightened up a little bit now. Who you got in this game?
I'm taking Denver. Taking the new offensive rookie of the year.
You think he wins it?
Yes, I do.
Over Jane Daniels?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm betting the under on this game. Denver's win this game, but I'm betting the under. Browns defense is still pretty good. And I don't have the balls for the Broncos to. Maybe I'm just being a little bit of a hater because I can't stand Sean Payton, but because he's been impressive, and obviously he's the coach of the year candidate in my opinion. But Cleveland, they have their moments. They had a moment last week against Pittsburgh, and they do have. Yeah. They have weapons. There's weapons that can get the job done. They have running game. They have James Winston. If he plays within the system, he'd be okay. And their defense is good.
This is his letdown week.
That's true.
One on, one off. This is his letdown week right now.
Well, and even so, you can still get let down and have it under. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So good luck everybody with your picks of the week. And Zach, make it 2 in a row, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get to the let's get to the NBA standings real quick. So let's touch a couple things in the NBA here. So I bring up the screen. I just want to roll through the standings, see where things are right now currently in the league. Obviously this is by the time you guys hear this podcast, it'll probably be a game off of some of these teams because we're recording it on a Tuesday night as games are going on right now currently. So right now, let's go to the East right now. Right now, 1 through 6 right now, playoff seeding in the East. The Cavs 17-1 in first. You got the Celtics in second at 15-3. Your Magic, Zach, even up Pablo at 12-7. The Knicks at 10-7, starting to play much better basketball. The Heat now 7-7, and the Bucks at 8-9 after a slow start. What has stood out for you in the East so far, as we're a month in the season?
How terrible the East is.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally 3 teams, and only one of them really belongs there. I did not expect the Cavs to be anywhere near this good. And Orlando, without Pablo, I can't believe it at all.
Yeah. By the way, the Wagner brothers, man, I actually have a chance to watch them this weekend.
They play so great together.
Oh, my God, it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
I made a point to watch them on Saturday night against who did they play Saturday night? They beat someone Saturday night. Some shit team. But anyway, Franz Wagner is so good. So good. Can the Cavs sustain? You think are the Cavs? And you guys know when I say finals contender, I mean, do I see this team playing in the conference championship of their conference? Do you see the Cavaliers this year playing in the East Finals this year?
Yes.
Okay. But do you think they'll beat Boston? I say no.
I mean, they're almost built to withstand Boston. You have 2 athletic forwards / centers that you can throw at Tatum and whoever's playing center. If Kristoff comes back, Al Horford, oh man, they can take a break off of him. So,
all right, running through the rest of the East right now. The Bucks now, after a slow start, are now 6 in the East at 8 and 9. They won 4 in a row. Up right now, they're up big against Miami right now in the NBA Cup game. About to go 5 in a row. Are the Bucks back?
no.
Okay, so no shot. So the door's shut on Giannis another ring, at least with this core.
Yeah, with Doc there as head coach and Dame as his number 2. Yeah.
As I keep perusing the rest of the conference, Indiana at 7. Very disappointing start for the Pacers so far, in my opinion.
Halliburton is struggling compared to last season.
He is. We had that talk. Really bad. I mean, but again, you're in the East. There's a lot of times turn things around. You only game behind for the 6th spot, so it's not that they couldn't get out of this hole, but it's definitely a very disappointing start to the season for the Pacers. Going through the rest of the Eastern Conference, obviously the biggest takeaway from the East for me, number 14, the Sixers, 3-13. Lots of drama there. Joel Embiid obviously has been playing a lot. Paul George numbers sometime again. Tyrese Maxey's out till I think close to Christmas. 3-13 Sixers. You look at the playing situation. So top 10 to the playoff, into the play-in at least. So technically they're the only 4 back in the play-in. So it's still within range for them to turn things around. But I did tweet today also about the possibility when I saw that Embiid was out today while on Paul George. I was saying to myself, it may not be the worst idea in the world to call it a day for the season, rest up Embiid for the rest of the year, heal up PG, and just wait till next year. I don't know. I'm not really for tanking and all this good stuff, but
you would really want the Heat to do that, like.
No, I would not. I would not, and the Heat wouldn't do it because that's not how Pat Riley's built anyway. What I'm saying though is, for them to get out of this hole, you need 2 things to happen here. The environment alone will make it possible for them to get out of the hole because the East, as you said, is bad. Here's the issue though: is that big 3 going to play enough games together to make it a reality? I don't think so.
I would trade Embiid
at this point. There's a lot of frustration right now coming out of that camp. We saw Maxey call him out in the team meeting last week, and the media is turned against him, and his attitude and all the stuff you're hearing is not really positive right now in that camp. Yeah, I at this point, if I mean, they made their bed, man. They made their bed with this kid. I mean, I love Embiid, man, but this is not good optics right now. Obviously, the rest of the teams in the bottom of the East, no surprise there. Wizards 2-13, no surprise there. All right, so to the West there, the Western Conference now. That's more fun actually, the West. So top of the West, a lot of surprises here too, especially. I mean, OKC number 1 out of surprise 13-4, but look at 2 through 4 right now. Warriors, Rockets, Lakers in order. Tell me how shocked you are about that one.
Never would have. I would have maybe expected the Lakers to be a play-in team. The other 2 I didn't even expect to be a play-in team.
Yeah, Warriors and Rockets. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Warriors have done. I haven't been watching enough games, but whatever they're doing so far a month in is working. You know what? The Rockets we kind of saw coming though, because we saw last year moments. And they didn't get in playing last year because of, I mean, it's the West. The West is tough, but we saw moments last year in the West, for the Rockets where like Ime Udoka and what he's done in that culture and the young talent they have there. We saw that the future. So we should be I'm not totally shocked at how good they are right now. The question is whether they sustain this. That's the big question here. Could they sustain what they're doing now? And that's why I'm not completely sold on this yet. Round off the rest of the West, Grizzlies at 5. Clippers actually at 6. That's a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, when Kawhi's missing all the games he's missing, I can't believe they have any depth, but they do.
He hasn't played yet, right?
No, not that I'm aware
of. The Suns have started out great and then lost 5 in a row. KD got back recently, right?
Yeah, he's back. I think him and Bill were making a return. I actually think that might have been Bill's first game of the season.
Bradley Beal, yeah. He plays tonight against the Lakers tonight as we're recording. 8, the Denver Nuggets. Sluggish stuff for the Nuggets as well, too. Also, I'm a little concerned with the Nuggets now, long term. Jamal Murray, inconsistent, of course. Jokic is Jokic, obviously, to do what he does, but the rest of that core seems to be maxed out, I guess, right now. I mean, we'll see how things play out in the rest of the year, but through 1 month, it looks like it's a maxed out core.
Just find someone to trade for Kevin Porter or whatever his name is.
Yeah, rounding out rest of the West, 9 through 12. The Mavs at 9. The Spurs at 10. Actually, not bad. 3 in a row, 1 in a row. Wemby's obviously playing at Wemby. I'm a little surprised how good he's been and how good the team's been with him so far.
I expected him to take a much bigger step forward. All right, maybe it'll come. Maybe he's still getting used to having Chris Paul at a point guard.
True.
But I really thought he'd be closer to averaging 30 and 15.
Right. Rounding out the rest of the West, the Wolves at 11, Kings at 12. I'm a little surprised there. The Kings are lost 4 in a row. And then, of course, the bottom of the barrel. How are the Pelicans as bad at 4 and 14? Lost 5 in a row.
Oh, easy. They have been obliterated with injuries,
including Zion.
Oh man, he's like one of 4 guys.
Yeah,
that would be in the starting lineup. Herb Jones missed time.
Did this a couple years ago? Start off this bad a couple years ago, and they came back and made a play-in actually, and made the playoffs actually. So they could do that again. They could do it again. I just don't know if it'll happen this year. We'll see. I mean, do you trade Zion at this point now? I think this frustration now in New Orleans about Zion just can't stay healthy, and I think now it's getting to a head now.
I can't imagine he gets another multi-year contract.
No,
for any amount of money.
I don't know. You say that, but then teams are that stupid to do it anyway because they see the talent and they see the potential. We can fix them. We can fix them. You know?
Yeah, but now you're 10 years down the road. You're not even going to get the same kind of guy with the excitement anymore.
Well, let's go to the market wants to be in,
like
New York or somewhere else. All right, one last thing to get out of here. Politics news. So I was looking through the some articles the other day, and I went to a political article the other day, or yesterday rather, and basically it's about Kamala Harris, who recently lost the election to Donald Trump about 3 weeks ago. Damn, by the way, I think it's been 3 weeks since the election. 3 weeks already. God darn, it goes fast, huh?
Yeah,
that she's telling him. Say it again.
I'm not seeing all those stupid commercials.
You don't miss it.
you don't miss it. It was like time stopped.
Yeah, time did stop. But like, look on the screen here. Like Kamala Harris basically saying that she's keeping options open that she may actually run for president in 2028. I'll read a little bit of this article here. She's been laying low since defeating the presidential race, unwinding with family and senior aides in Hawaii for heading back to the nation's capital. But privately, the VP has been instructing advisors and allies to keep her options open, whether for a possible 2028 presidential run or even to run for governor in her home state of California in 2 years. As Harris has repeated in phone calls, I am staying in the fight. I want to explore those paths forward to family and members and people in the circle, all that good stuff. She has more to come to the side, says one Harris aide there. Zach, your thoughts on the possibility of her, possibly her staying in politics, number one, and if so, she decides to run for president again, or maybe pivot to go run for governor in a state that she's probably fairly popular, I guess.
I don't think she would win the governorship.
You think so?
No, there's
she has name value in that state. I will say that the one thing that helps her in there, I think she's a better shot to win the governor race than the presidential race at this point. Given the 2 options.
Oh, of the 2 options, yeah, she's got 0 chance at the U.S. But I think the reason why she's putting it out there that she's keeping her options open for politics is that's been her life for the last 20 years, basically.
Yeah,
public office, not actually working, but public office. So why she has no charisma, so she can't go on to TV or do a podcast to make money. What's she gonna do? No.
I mean, she could do TV, but here's a problem too, as well. Linear TV now, and you're seeing now with these big networks now, but the shut costs again. CNN, MSNBC is in fucking massive trouble. I don't know if you've seen the articles on that recently. Yeah. Comcast is selling off MSNBC. They're gonna do a massive overhaul, if not throw it away in the next couple months. Who knows? So that linear cable television for, like, typically if you are a president, well, as a politician in general, and you wanted to stay relevant, you would go do the TV circuit and do The View or all these shows. But these shows don't have the same pull they used to, and these stations are not going to want to pay these people top dollar in the way they would have, say, 15 years ago or beyond. So, to your point, unless you're doing the podcast circuit, and I don't see Kamala Harris having an appeal to people on the podcast circuit. Like Donald Trump could do it because Donald Trump is charismatic. Even Barack Obama could pull it off because Barack Obama has a certain charisma to him. You need charisma.
They're both charismatic and they both like to talk.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know how to speak without being able to read off the screen.
Yeah, she's robotic. Unless you're gonna be authentic to yourself, authentic, you're not gonna pull it off. And people see that shit. So I think her best bet, if she's gonna stay in politics and run for office, better shot winning the governor's race in California, where she still has name recognition than the presidential race. I think I don't know what the Democrats do going forward, and you and I obviously discussed a lot in our off air a lot about the future of the party and whatnot. And you obviously are a Democrat socialist, right? I'm mistaken, right? I've also defended you on this too. Also, I think Democrats need to pivot off the corporate bullshit, move to a more populist message, which obviously resonated in this election for Donald Trump and whatnot, and get back to working for the people and less about the corporations and stuff.
No, absolutely.
And Kamala Harris,
she's just not a candidate for that. So
no, she was far left years ago, but now she goes where the wind blows. And
she wasn't even far left back then.
Right.
That's why she couldn't get a vote.
Well, the problem with her too, also back then, and it played out here in this election too, to some degree, is that she just came off as unauthentic. And even if she wanted to be her true self, she couldn't because she was being told what to say, how to say it. The fact that she wouldn't go on podcasts. Look, her not going on Joe Rogan, obviously it wouldn't have done anything anyway. But the fact she didn't want to go on Joe Rogan and she wanted to do only an hour and she wanted to be edited, no, stop. No. People see this bullshit now, man. Times have changed, man. And the Democrat Party needs to get with that. Donald Trump pivoted. Speaking about Donald Trump, man, but Donald Trump pivoted, and Donald Trump embraced the market where it was. He did every podcast imaginable, and it worked to his advantage.
Yeah,
whether they love him or hate him, that's the bottom line. But I'm looking at this list also too of there was a poll about a week ago that came out, and basically said if the 2028 Democratic presidential primary were held today, for whom would you vote for? Kamala got 41% of the vote. Gavin Newsom 8%. Josh Shapiro 7%. Pete Buttigieg 6%. Tim Walz 6% as well too. AOC at 4%. Gretchen Whitmer at 3%. So on. I don't know, man. They need. I don't see Harris running for president in 4 years. I don't see it.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you really believe Democrats would vote Harris over Newsom?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I know that poll is just straight bullshit.
I agree. I think it's more biased. Or that poll is more, what are they used for? Like recency bias, call it. Like we just saw Kamala, but as things shape out in the next couple of years for the Democratic Party, we'll see. I just don't think she's a part of the top of the ticket anymore for the party. I think
I think this is a part of a ticket.
And I think depending on where the party if the party decides to pivot, which they should pivot anyway, from the Obamas, Biden, Clinton regime, I think if this election taught us anything, is that whole regime is done. That doesn't work anymore. Okay, you got to pivot. Kamala Harris, unfortunately, is guilty by association because she's a VP to Joe Biden for 4 years. She's associated with that. So you got to pivot off of that. The question is going to be now: does the party recognize that going forward and start embracing more populist candidates? That's the question.
In the first 2 years, no. By 4 years from now, for the next presidential, I think they will change. I think the message will sound completely different than what we were just hearing.
And if it does, they win in 2028. Because these voters are gettable voters. There's a lot of Democrats that voted for Trump.
I really believe for 2026, what you're going to see is Democrats saying, see how bad prices skyrocketed? Did you like seeing your friends lose their family members in the deportation? I think that's what they'll be pointing to.
Yeah.
They won't even be realizing that they still need to pivot and change the message. They'll just be pointing out what's happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Very, very possible. Very possible that happens. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, we'll know more where they go, the direction of the party in 2 years what after the midterms. Because I mean, look, the Democrats are likely to win the House back anyway, and because that's what happens with it's all cyclical.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
what? They're 3 votes down right now, I think. 3 or 5
For the House, yeah, very few, and all those seats now they're up for grabs in 2 years. They're favored to win anyway. So unless Trump does a phenomenal job to where the point where it's too hard to fail, I don't see Democrats. I don't see Republicans holding the House in 2 years. But I could be wrong. Democrats have fucked them before, fucked them this year. Do it again. Anything's in play. So anyway, Zach, happy Thanksgiving to you. We got any plans? What are you doing this week? What are you doing?
Work, man.
You working on Thursday?
Yeah. Thursday night, Friday.
So basically, it's a typical day for you, pretty much.
Yeah, it's Monday through Friday, buddy.
No matter the holidays, huh?
Nah, you just make sure to give me my vacation time.
Amen to that, brother.
When I request vacation time, you just say yes.
Good point, man. I love that. I love it. All right, brother. We'll talk soon. We'll hopefully get together again. I mean, yesterday we were supposed to get together and watch the game, but
yeah,
duty called. As you said, work. We'll figure it another Monday. So
yeah, man. Hopefully this coming week.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Right, you and your family, happy Thanksgiving.
You got it, brother. Take it easy.
Later.